This is how a pre-emergent treated dormant Bermuda lawn should look like. You should see a cast of brown haze throughout the whole turf, and you should not see any green. If you see any green, you know it's a weed, and this is when you gotta treat it accordingly. But in this video, I'm gonna go over soil testing. It's something you should do at least once a year, preferably twice a year. The value of soil testing is completely underrated, and you'll be surprised what you'll find out. Now, because Bermuda is dormant right now, there's only one value you need to know for your soil test, and that's the pH levels. I'm going to do two common testing methods here in this video. One is from a company called MySoil. This is an at-home soil test kit that's delivered to your house. It is a little bit more detailed, and you get your results in about 7 days. The other soil test kit is from the University of Georgia Extension Office. It is simply a bag where you put the soil in and send it off to get tested. When you want to obtain a soil sample, you want to use either a soil probe, which is a device that allows you to get sample cores very easily, or you use a hand trowel, which will allow you to dig up the dirt and get your core samples. Whichever device you use, it's important to get just the soil itself and avoid any grass or grass roots. Depending on how deep your grass roots are, you're going to have to obtain a soil sample which is about 2 to 6 inches below the surface. The soil probe makes easy work of this by being less invasive to the turf, so you're not disturbing the grass as much. Obtaining my sample is very easy. All I do is remove the first 2 to 3 inches of organic matter and discard it. I'm specifically looking to obtain a clean soil sample free of grass roots. Once I obtain my sample, I'm going to set it aside. As I said before, if you don't have a soil probe, you can do the same test using a hand trowel. You want to push the device in about 3 inches into the soil. You want to do this on all 3 sides. Once you've outlined your 3 sides, you want to gently, and I mean very gently, lift the grass and fold it back. From here, you want to pull your sample and set it aside. Once you have the sample, you want to put the soil and grass back in position and pack it very tight. When doing the soil test, you want to obtain multiple samples from different parts of your yard. Normally, if you're just starting out, you can get multiple samples and put them into one sample bag in order to be analyzed. Ideally, you do want to separate your front and your backyard, or even better, separate your front, back, and sides. But there is a cost factor involved when doing multiple tests to different parts of your yard. Now, once you obtain your core samples, what you want to do is place them in a cup and combine them. Remember, I'm doing 2 different tests for the same area, mainly to just see if there's a big difference between the 2 tests. When opening the at-home test kit, you're going to notice a few items inside. First, you're going to notice a card with instructions on exactly what you need to do. The next thing you're going to notice is an envelope that you're going to place the sample in order to mail it. The next item you're going to see is a container that you put the soil in. And finally, you're going to notice a scoop. It's important to make sure you're not putting in too much soil. You want to put just enough to fill the scoop. Once I have my soil measured out, I'm going to open the container and gently place the soil in without spilling any of the liquid. After the soil is in, I'm going to close it, make sure it's tight, and place it in the envelope. I'm going to do the same thing with my other soil sample and place it in this bag to be tested by the University of Georgia. Once I fill out all the information, I'm going to drive to the nearest mailbox and mail my samples out. I expect the results to come back within 7 to 10 days for both of these. And here are my test results. The one on the left is from the company MySoil, while the one on the right is from the University of Georgia. Looking at these 2 test results, you can see there's a big difference. The MySoil test results, you can see the numbers are actually given to you in parts per million. But more importantly, you're actually getting a number. While the test from the University of Georgia is a basic soil test, all you see is a bar graph, and the only number that you see is actually the pH levels. As I said in the beginning of the video, you want to strictly look at the pH levels this time of year This is the time when you want to adjust your pH if it's low or high. Don't rely on an exact number for your pH levels. If I was to bring in a third test to this, you'll see the pH levels would be completely different. The whole goal to this is to give you an idea of exactly where your pH stands, and this is the time to correct it. If you've never done a soil test, I would encourage you to do at least one. You'll be surprised what you'll find out. Remember, if you have low soil pH, the only way to increase it is to add lime, and you can pick up lime at your local big box store. If you have high soil pH, what you want to do is add sulfur, and again, you can pick up sulfur anywhere. All the products I recommend, I'll be sure to list it in the description below. Having your pH at the right levels will make a big difference between your lawn struggling or your lawn dominating. Having the correct pH levels will do far more to your lawn than any fertilizer on the market, period. I hope you found this video useful, and be sure to subscribe for more future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.